Welcome to episode 254 of the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cleveland Browns matchup in Super Wildcard Weekend of the NFL. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers finishing third seed in the AFC, finishing the season at 12-4, which sounds like a very solid record, but when you went 11-0, it's really not that reputable in my opinion, but still a solid team, of course. They're third seed in the AFC that isn't won easily. Then their matchup against the Cleveland Browns in Pittsburgh. Cleveland Browns finished, I believe, 11-5 and 6th seed at the NFL. Coming into this matchup, I favored the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this before the news came out of the Cleveland Browns losing their head coach Kevin Stefanski, losing their Pro Bowl guard and a receiver. So, yes, those losses to the team are a major contributor of why the Cleveland Browns will lose this game, in my opinion. Big Ben and the Steelers, I think, will win this wildcard round, but lose in the divisional round moving forward. But against the Cleveland Browns, I think they can handle them just fine. Reason being, I had them losing before the announcement of losing their head coach, Pro Bowl guard, and receiver due to COVID was because we saw the Cleveland Browns and Pittsburgh Steelers play twice this year. Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns, I believe it was like week 4 or 5 or 3. Pretty early in the season, they matched up when everyone was healthy. There was no problems with COVID, nothing, and the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the shit out of the Cleveland Browns 38-7. Fast forward all the way to the end of the regular season, we see the Pittsburgh Steelers and Cleveland Browns match up again in week 17. However, the Pittsburgh Steelers benched pretty much all their, I don't want to say important starters, because there are a lot of guys that were still really good that played, but, they're fundamental players, the players that keep the glue together of that team. One of the Pouncey brothers, the quarterback himself, Big Ben. I'm not sure if TJ Watt played. I'm not mistaken on that. But when you don't have your starting quarterback play, you throw in the backup Mason Rudolph against the Cleveland Browns. You can expect the Cleveland Browns to have a huge favor in that matchup. However, at the end of the game, Cleveland Browns barely snuck away with a win, 24-22, and it really came down to a 2-point conversion of the Steelers missing that 2-point conversion. And if they got it, this could be a complete different ballgame. So for the Cleveland Browns to face the Steelers once with all their starters and lose 38-7, and then to face them against their backups and barely win 24-22, you could pretty much do the simple, not even math there, but use the simple logic and assuming the third time they match up, the Steelers are healthy, they're probably going to win again. So to me, I think it was pretty obvious the Steelers are going to win this matchup. They just seem to have the Cleveland Browns number. They're like the little brother in the division that really isn't taken serious to the Steelers. And now coming to this game, the Cleveland Browns have even worse disadvantage, not having your head coach. It doesn't matter who your head coach is. That's always going to be a disadvantage when you don't have them there to help you make play calls. So, like I said, that is as big as a factor of losing your quarterback, in my opinion. Outside of losing your quarterback or like your huge receiver, say DK Metcalf or whoever, your top defensive guy, your head coach is pretty much what puts the team together, says what the team does, and when you don't have them, everything's changed, everything's messed up, and you pretty much have no chance. Losing your Pro Bowl guard, that gives Baker less time. We know he's not good under pressure. And then, of course, you got TJ Watt, probably Defensive Player of the Year, rushing in. The dude's unstoppable, and now when he has even less to go through, facing a backup guard, it's not going to look good for Baker Mayfield. So, I just don't see the Browns pulling off a win here. They do have talent still with Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Jarvis Landry. The talent is still there. Baker Mayfield's still there. They can make the game competitive. I'm not sure. I wouldn't say they'll get blown out 38-7 like they did in the beginning of the season, but I definitely think the Pittsburgh Steelers and Big Ben will control the pace of this game and dominate this game. Not saying they'll blow them out 38-7 again, but I could definitely see a 28-20, 28-17, 25-17. I definitely think the Pittsburgh Steelers will be dominant in this game. The only thing the Browns really have going for them in this game is that they're a huge underdog. Really no one expects them to win, so they could come, catch the Pittsburgh Steelers off guard, come out, play normal. Just because they don't have Kevin Stefanski to call the game plan doesn't mean they don't know the game plan. It's still the same team. They still know how things run. While he might not be there, they still have the fundamentals of how to play football. They didn't lose everything. They still have a chance, but for me, I find it hard to overcome. But I think the best chance they have right now is the fact that they're an underdog, having the pride and being counted out pretty much already. That might put a chip on the shoulder. That might make them play better. A lot of potential in this game. I got the However, I got the Cleveland Browns losing in the wild card round. Pittsburgh Steelers moving on to the divisional round, but getting stopped there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. 2-minute warning.